Okay, welcome everyone to Frogger Live Coding Live Session Part 4 with Tokyo EdTech. That is me. I know I don't really schedule these very well, but you got to do what you got to do when you can do it. So I don't have a huge amount of time tonight, but I think I can get the next part done that I want to get done. So first, let's take a look at what we have so far. So here's my Frogger program, and you'll see that I got my code here, and I'm going to go ahead and run it and show you what the program looks like so far. Now, if you were here on the last live show, you'll notice that I've changed the background a little bit. It's still not where I want it to be, but it's getting there. So one of the things you can see is that the objects are in the wrong spot. I got to move everything down a little bit. So that's something I want to work on tonight. And then I guess basically I just maybe need to set up a level and kind of do a couple things there with levels and see if I can get a level going. I haven't really thought it through yet, but I have a couple ideas on how I might go about doing that. So let's go ahead and get started. But before I do that, I want to give a big shout out to my latest channel members. Well, not just my latest channel members, but the people that have been with me for a while now. Kevin, of course, first channel member. Paul, second. Jan, third. Mode, fourth. And I think I welcomed Mode in a previous video, but if I didn't, welcome. And then brand new 8-bit member, Kim Shiong. So welcome so much to the membership club. I do appreciate it. And anybody else that's able to, I would appreciate, if you want to become a member, that would be fantastic. And enough shameless promotion. Let's get to the good stuff, the coding here. So as I mentioned earlier, I think that my game objects are off by about 25 pixels. They're up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to where I created them. I'm just going to subtract 25 pixels. I think that's going to fix everything. So I think the turtle should be at negative 350. That should be negative 300. So negative 250, negative 200, negative 150, negative 100. Hope I didn't mess any of those up. So I'm going to subtract, so that should be at 0. This should be at 50. This should be at 100. This should be at 150. This should be at 200. Sorry, people are saying hi. So hello, Coding Made Easy, Vibov, Finez, and the Chosen One. These are what I affectionately refer to as my regulars. So thanks for popping in. Oh, and these I have to move the homes down as well. They should be at 250, I think. And I did want to make a little bit of a change to this as well tonight. It doesn't look that good. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little change to that, and I'll get to that later. So I just want to see if this worked, if I got everything on the right level. Okay, ooh, yeesh, ugh. I think it's even worse. Did I go the wrong way? Something has gone wrong here. This is even worse than it was. What did I do wrong? All right, let me fix the turtle first. 'Cause I think I'm going to put the turtle back up 25. I'll put the turtle back up 25. I subtracted 50. I was supposed to subtract 25. Duh. You guys should have caught that. Instead of hard coding the logs and the cars, use lists and appending. Coding Made Easy. You are exactly correct, and we will get to that shortly. I have another way I want to do that right now. So that should be 25. Oh my gosh, what a silly little error. So everything should be up by 25. So add 25, 75. Am I going the right way? Ooh, these are negative numbers. So this should be negative 275. Ugh. Should be negative 225. Negative 175. 125. I just got to get these numbers picked first. So it should be 25. This should be 75. 25, 75, and that one's right, I think. And then these should all be 275 then, I think. Ooh, 275. 75 and 75. So let's take a look at that, and hopefully that will work. Yes. Ooh, except for that top log. I'm getting close. So yeah, so I have the cars are right where they want to be, or I want them to be. Logs are there, these are there, and that top log has to come down another 25 pixels. So that's the top one. So that should be 225, not 250. So let's go ahead and test that. And there we go. Okay. So hopefully nothing's changed. I can still go across. I still die when I hit the water. Okay, I got to fix that because when it returns to the beginning, that's... And you just see how I'm just kind of testing stuff. So this should be negative 275, I think. Oh, maybe 325. I was so close. 325 and negative 325. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that again. And again, you notice how I am just kind of testing things and making sure they still work. So let's see. Yeah, no, it's still the wrong spot. So 325. Player starts at negative 325. Why is that? Duh. And there were 3 places. And I should just make a method to reset the player. I know I'm being lazy, but we'll always add that later. All right, and it goes back to the start, which makes me happy. Hello, Vivek and Noah. Okay, and I think I'm gonna die here. Ooh, come on. Ooh, I died. I was so close. And let's, ooh, nice. They're coming. Hopefully that's going up, not down. Ooh, yes. And in. Fantastic. Yeah, like I said, I don't really like this image anymore. I kind of realized that I should just have the frog image, which is kind of a duh moment. So what I want to do is if is instance sprite home, and I want to keep that, hang on. Where did I have that? Oh, it's frog home. So frog home is just going to be a frog. So I'm going to go ahead and run that again, and hopefully I can get across here. Yeah, I'm not going to get across. I'm going to die. As you can see. Ooh, I just almost made it. And I'm going to die again. I think I need to add more stuff. Yeah, I'm going to have to add more stuff. We'll deal with the home stuff later. Yeah, so let's go ahead and deal with that. So I think at this point, what I want to do is kind of Cody Made Easy's idea is it's not really good to have this. This is not good. So everything should be put into a list, as Cody Made Easy mentioned. Now I do have a sprite list already, so that's, you can see I do have that. So what I can do is, you have car left here. I could actually just append this to the list. Okay. But the problem is I need to set up a level. So I need to be able to store levels in a certain way. So I think what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to use a dictionary. Let me think about this. No, actually, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to try... I guess I'm going to make a list. Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, I haven't really thought this through, so we'll see what happens. And what I can do is I can basically take all these things I just did and put them into the list. So I'm going to go ahead and put them into the list. And at the end of each one, I'm going to put a comma. So I was thinking about doing a dictionary, and then how can I put it? And then parsing the dictionary, which might be a little bit easier. I mean, at least for code or level design wise. But I think this will be easier. Maybe in the long run. So Maybe. Well, I'll try this, see how it goes. It's a quiet night in the chat. Usually it's a bit more active. Hoping the stream's still going. So let's see here, and I'll put my commas in later. So hi, Paul. And it is actually good evening here. Yeah, Coding Maze, I'm doing it slightly differently. I see what you're saying, but I'm going to do it this way. And X V. Oh, I wonder if I should have used turtle there. That's surprised that didn't cause problems with the turtle module. Sri, why do you want me to say your name? That's very weird. If you just say hello, I'll just say hello back. I will say hello, Sri. Saying my name has a kind of an actually rather odd connotation in English, so you might want to avoid that one for future reference. Okay. Mohammed, why don't I try making games on Unity or Unreal? Because it does not interest me, to be perfectly honest. I'm not like really big on game engines, and my purpose, I can tell you, actually, sorry, home is going to be on every level, so I'm going to make a list of homes. I'm going to try something here. So I gotta put that home back. Hang on a sec. There we go. So I'm going to say homes equals, I'm going to make a list of homes, and yep, I did the commas. You have to understand the chat is a little bit behind. There's a delay. So yes, I'm working on it. And let's see here. I did do it. And I will do the same thing here shortly, so don't stress. And eventually I'm going to get rid of that home.gif. I think I need it for now. Well, yeah, I probably need it for now. So I'll fix that in a little bit, because that I no longer need. So basically what I'm doing is what Coding Made Easy recommended, is I'm just putting everything into lists for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to say sprites equals level 1 plus homes plus homes, because there's a list, and then I append the player. I think this is going to work. I don't know. Yeah, programming with Ali. Yeah, Unity is like really, really complicated. But I don't know if you guys caught last night. I did this thing called Ursina 3D engine thingy. It's really cool. Check that live stream out. I was really quite impressed with how that worked. Okay, so hopefully this will do exactly what's already been done. So there should be no change to the program. And again, this is one of those things where I talk to my students about, if you make a change to your program, always test it. And if you're going to change like how the program works, test it before you start making other changes. So let's go ahead and run this and see if I get an error. Invalid syntax, I got an error. Line 188, because I forgot Coding Made Easy, that's my fault. I forgot the commas this time again. Yeah, Coding Made Easy, I don't want to use indexes or indices. I'm using 4 sprite and sprites, so I don't need to use indices for this particular program. So it's easier not to use them. Okay, excellent. So as far as I can tell, the program is working like it did. I'm just going to test a few things. Yes. Boom. So no change to the program, which makes me happy. Okay, and I still died. Excellent. Now, probably you realize the levels aren't very good. So we need to add more stuff in each kind of level. Okay, so what I'm just going to start with, I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to need more cars. I'm going to put 2 cars on this level. And I'm going to go back to the folder. Actually, I don't need to go back to the folder because I have the information here. So each car is 121 pixels wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 121 pixels here. 121. Actually, no, I'm going to add 20. I'm going to add 171 so that there's a gap between it. Okay, so let me just test that and see if it does what I think it's going to do. Thanks, Ali. Furkan, can Python handle bigger games? That's a good question. Okay, and you see I've got an extra car here. This is what I wanted. Now I might add a little bit more of a gap. Let's make it 221. So I had 100 pixels. Oh, Christian is working with machine learning. Chosen One, this is live. And Christian, you are very welcome, and that is a great name because it's the same name I have. Okay, this is what I wanted. So you can see now there's a little bit of gap here between these cars. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing. Now these cars are going right, so I'm going to make that minus 221. Car left, I'm going to make it 221. And car right, I'll make it, let's try minus 221, see what happens. And then, oh, that was dumb. I'm going to undo that. Yeah, so that was really dumb. Okay, so remember, I've got like 5 different levels. So I got to double them up. I got to double all these up. Copy. Yeah, maybe this wasn't the best approach. I wonder if I can put a space in here and not have it break. Yeah, there's probably a better way to do this, but I'm going to do it like this for now. And so I got to do this. Copy. And yeah, I could make a loop here probably. Anyway, I'm going to leave it the way it is. Control, copy. So basically I'm just doubling everything up for my level. I may have to add some more later, but we'll leave it like that. Coding made easy. Those are not bad suggestions, but you gotta let me do my thing here. I'm not anywhere near that point right now. I gotta get the level set up. That is my goal for tonight. Okay. So again, so I put that at 221. Well, I'll just put them all at 221 for these. Let's see what happens. 221, 221. So all the cars I'll put at 221 and 0, and all the logs. Oh, the logs are the same size. Interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 221, 221. Now the turtles are a different size, so I'll make them 255. So I'm putting 100 pixels between them, I think. 255, 255. Oh no, the log? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I can see I made a mistake here. I gotta fix that. Okay, so I've got the sizes wrong, so I need to verify those sizes. So desktop, Frogger. So I'm just going to go ahead and check the size of the car. So properties, image, 121. Okay, the car is 121. The log is it's the wrong one. I got to do the GIF. Properties is 161. So the logs are 161. So let's go ahead and fix that. Come back to that in a second. So cars, 121. Log is 161. 161. 161. And log. Why did 200 there? 61. There's probably a reason I did that in the last video, but now I've forgotten. So let's go ahead and try that. So 161. 161. 161 and 161. Okay, so that means this should be 261. If I'm being consistent, 261, 261, and 261. All right. And then the turtle, according to this, is 155. Christian, yes, I am in Japan. I'm in Tokyo. So Vibov, Lua, lots of these. Wow, lots of different languages there. Okay, so let's take a look here. Then I gotta look at the turtles. Right, so properties. Turtles are 155. Okay, so that is correct. Now, why did I put 250 for this one? Yeah, I really messed these up. 55, 255, 255, and 255. Okay, well, hopefully this will add a bunch of turtles. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay, commas. Okay, I can live with that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's okay. It's picking up. So the game's getting a little harder. Okay. I think I need some more turtles. Yeah, I don't think, did I not? Oh, I didn't change the turtle. Okay, I screwed up the turtle locations. These should be 0, 0. There we go. Christian, I would appreciate if you didn't ask stuff like that. This is a coding channel, and a lot of young people watch it, especially young ladies. So yeah, I appreciate if you didn't ask that kind of question. And stick to programming, please. Okay. Okay, Frog 1 home. Okay, Frog. Okay, I think I need to fix the timing on those turtles because they seem to be like kind of disappearing at the same time. Ooh, yeah. Nice. Alrighty. Okay, it's easy to get across the row. We'll have to do some stuff about that. No worries. We all make mistakes. Apologize, you move on. It ain't no big thing. Okay. I am rocking it here. Alrighty. Now, of course, it's pretty easy at this point. Boom. Yush. Okay. Now, okay, well, clearly I made it across the road. I've got I got all 5 turtles in. So this is where we would go to level 2. So we need to create some kind of variable to hold the fact that we've got 5 turtles. 5 frogs, sorry. 5 frogs in the game. So, I'm just going to go up to my, where's that here, player class. And when the player starts the game, let's see here. Let's try self dot, I'll call it frogs home equals 0. Okay, so every time we get a frog home, frog goes up to 0. Actually, the other thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and make a reset for this. Def reset self. This is for the player. So if the player is resetting, say, well, I call it go home. Go home. So going home means going back to the start. Yeah, so we'll reset it. So we'll say self.dx equals 0, self.y equals 0, self.x equals, what was that? Negative 325. Player go home equals negative 325. Okay, so I'm going to use that. So I'm just going to go ahead and come down here, and I'm going to make this player.goHome, and then so that way it's a little bit clearer what's happening here. Player.goHome and player.goHome. Okay, and then if the frog makes it to home, oh, that's an interesting one. Player go home, sorry, image equals. Oh, there's a problem there. Yeah, I could, Cody made it easy. I could separate it to different files. The reason I don't do that is beginners just have a lot of trouble getting files where they need to be. So yeah, I tend to keep it all into one big long mess. That's what, stuff like that, you can just, do code folding. Once you get that, you can just fold that up. I can do the same thing with the classes. So, so for example, the turtle class, boom, log class I don't need access to anymore. Yeah, so that kind of fixes that problem. Class player, class sprite, and then if I ever need to access those, I can just go back up. Now, here's the problem I'm having. Oh, hello, Al, or AI. Here's the problem I'm going to have, is that the turtle shouldn't be able to go to, shouldn't be able to go to a home that's already occupied. So I got to think about that real quick. Okay, and then player dot, was it frogs home plus equals 1. Is that what I called it? Player, yeah, frogs home. So let's deal with that part later. So what if, okay, made it home 5 times. So if player.frogs home equals 5, we're gonna have to increase the level. So for right now, I just want to make sure this works. Christian, I started coding ages and ages ago when I was a very, very young person. So then player should go home. Player frogs home should equal 0. And then for each home, I have to change the image. And then so for home in homes, home.image equals, what did I call that? Home.gif. Okay, now this one's going to be a little bit harder to test, but I'm just going to go ahead and test it anyway. I'm getting pretty good at the game. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. So what I've done is I've created a variable to keep track of how many times I get home. And then if I get home 5 times, it takes the turtle back, and then it will reset the homes. And I think that's about what I'll have time for tonight. Oh, fudge. Yeah, those turtles are really annoying. Ooh, what happened? That's weird. Oh, jeez, what the heck did I do? I gotta fix something. So something's wrong with my player go home thing. Negative 325, self y, self x equals 0. That was pretty dumb. Yeah, this is the problem with live coding, right? So anyway, you're only half focused on what you're doing. And okay, that's 1 home. Now I could print out these values and do it that way, which is probably what I should have done. Okay. Alrighty. It's actually a pretty fun game. Okay, there's 2. 3. Yeah, I started out with Scratch. Well, I was teaching elementary school at the time. Okay, now this is what we've been waiting for. Oops. Now I gotta deal with lives and things. And maybe separate those cars a bit. Okay, and 5. Yes. Fantastic. Now at this point, this is where I would change the levels and update everything and do that sort of thing. But I am pretty darn happy with this. This is what I wanted to happen. I gotta look into scoring for the next video. I've got to look into the timer, because this is a timed game. That's one of the things that makes the game challenging, is the pressure. We got to put the score on the screen, which might be a problem because of the way the turtle module does prints text. But anyway, I am quite happy with this. So just to kind of review, hi Sharia, sorry Chosen. Yeah, I always wonder how that works. So yeah, there should be ads. I finished learning Python by a couple of years. Actually, I'll come back to the chat in a minute. Let me just real quick go over what I did tonight. So again, I shout out to my paid members. Very, very much appreciated. And then, so what we did was added to the player class, we added a go home method, because as you saw, we were repeating that action over and over again in the code. So rather than repeat code, we just created a little method so that we could use that anywhere. I don't think we changed the car or log or turtle or home at all. Also, we added a keeping track of how many frogs made at home for the player. And then still created the objects. And so kind of Coding Made Easy kind of suggested this as well, was to put everything into a list. So I've only got one level here, and that's something we can deal with later. But I just made a level, and this has all the cars and all the logs and the turtles. And what eventually I'll do is I'll add some different car images to make it a little bit more variety. If you take a look at the original game here, you can see that there's different types of cars. Some are longer. You got bulldozers and you got trucks and things. So, and also, I didn't really realize it, but some of the logs are longer in different parts of the game. So we'll go ahead and add that later. The fly also, I got to deal with that. That's been a while. And again, as I mentioned, the timer hasn't been done, and neither has the lives. So we'll have to deal with that later. So I'm going to go back to the main screen. So, and then I set a separate list for the homes, and you can see that there. And so then we put all those together into the list of sprites, and then appended the player. And there was a reason for that. That was to keep the player on top, because it's the last thing that's rendered. Yeah, and then basically the rest of the game didn't really change. I added, player frogs home, if you get home, and then player go home instead of that other code I talked about earlier. And you can see here, if you make it home 5 times, reset the homes, put the player back to the beginning, and at this point, this is where we would say level increased. I have Fogger in the title. Okay, I'll fix that. Oops, I was so close. Yeah, Chosen. Turtle's definitely easier than Pygame, but it depends on the game. For me, I like Turtle just because it's easier. But the way I've written this code, I don't know if you've noticed this, it's going to be very, very easy to convert this to work with the Pygame module because of the way the rendering's done. It's only done in like 1 or 2 places, but maybe that'll be a future video. Let me just go ahead and zoom in on the chat here. I hope you guys can read the chat. I'm not sure how small that is on your screen. It's a little small on mine, but so I just want to go through and just take a look real quick at the chat, see if I missed anything. Vibob asked which language you started learning with at the beginning of your coding journey. Vibob, I started a very, very long time ago. And the language I started with was something called BASIC. And let me just go ahead and see if I can pull that up. Let me see what happens here. I'm going to try to open up. No, I got to make a new window. Hang on a second. Let's see where that comes up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and search basic programming language. And Basic, this is the language that I started with. This language is from 1964. Now, I was not alive then, but I learned it much later. But closer to then than it is now, I should say. But, like Python, Python came out, 1990? Something like that? So yeah, this is the first language I ever learned. It was called Basic. And I actually learned, I actually had a Commodore 64 back in the day. That was my first computer, and it was awesome. And so this is how I learned to code. It was just awesome. It was, it was easy for beginners. It was like Python is now. It was less advanced, but for the time, it was, it's perfectly acceptable. And it worked on these really old, really slow computers. So that was my first coding experience. Yeah. Wow, Sharia, congratulations. Well, you guys are really, really young. And Ali wants to get started creating big games. Start with little games and build up bigger games. And Sri, why don't you create a Pygame playlist? Like I said, I don't use Pygame that much, but it is definitely something I will be working more on, to tell the truth. And didn't hear about Basic. Yeah, that's a thing. Make a Swift tutorial. Coding made easy. I am against Swift. I don't like any language that is proprietary to one platform. I know there are attempts to port it to other platforms, don't get me wrong. But that's an Apple thing. Apple has a very small percentage of the market, and I use Linux, and I prefer things that are cross-platform and open source. And yeah, Paul, nobody knows how the future is going to go. So, that's how it goes. Sharia, I started with your Pong game. Yeah, that's a classic. I actually had Pong when I was quite young. We actually had the original video game. It was very cool. So anyway, I do have to get going here. I do apologize. I know this was a quick one, but I wanted to get this moving forward. And like I said, I'm really happy with the game. I mean, normally this is actually where I would stop because I've solved all the hard problems. Everything else is just, honestly pretty easy, I think, from this point. But I'll stick with this. I'll do a couple more at least. One more at least. Maybe two. We'll see. And like I said, if you have not subscribed, I assume most of you are subscribers already. Please do subscribe below. If you're on Twitter, you can follow me there at Tokyo Ed Tech. And if you are able and willing, and please consider becoming a member like Kevin, Paul, Jan, Mode, and Kim Xiang. It does definitely encourages me to produce more and to focus. And there are some nice perks if you check that out in the thing below, in the link below, where it says join, I think. Finez, have a nice day. Coding made easy. I don't know Flask, and so I'm going to skip that one for now. And JavaScript, that's so weird. Yeah, JavaScript is very different. Okay, and Ali, thank you so much. But you got to check the spelling there. And keep your main study work active. Yeah, I gotta keep my job, and I gotta keep grad school. Right now I'm between classes, Vibob. So yeah, I have a little extra time, but I will be. I was gonna say over Christmas I'll be away, so I won't be able to do any live shows, but I'll still try to do some videos now and then. So anyway, you guys and hopefully gals have a lovely day, and I will see you the next time. See you the next one. Okay, so take it easy.